Hi Virgo, welcome to June. Thank you for joining me. I'm Ruby and this is Ruby Reads Tarot. Very quickly, to book a reading, to make a donation to the channel, to find out ways to follow me on Instagram, etc. all in the description box. Please do check it out. Welcome to the month of June. We have Mercury preparing to go retrograde. We have Venus retrograde, Pluto, Jupiter, you name it, it's all in retrograde. June's going to be an interesting one because if you hadn't noticed, Virgo, Ace of Wands and the Nine of Pentacles, how you are feeling yourself. And if you hadn't been, this Gemini season brings with it a real chance of self-expression, self-love, growth and exploration of yourself. This is what it feels like to be focused entirely on you, on fun, on having a good time, on your empowerment, on your freedom, on you really understanding that all of your energy sort of needs to go back entirely on you, Virgo. And without apology, you're taking all the risks. I feel as if June comes with it an emotional shift, a journey of self-discovery, and somehow it leads you to the potential of romance, a new physical affair. I think it's more so shifting the balance between the attention that you're giving to others at the expense of your own detriment. I don't think June is that month for you. I think ambition, drive, hunger, a lot of nurturing oneself, a lot of caring for oneself. And I think Mercury going in retrograde, I like to do these videos for Gemini and Virgo first whenever there is a Mercury going into retrograde. I think in the sign of Cancer, there's going to be a lot of emotional things that you might need to, like the Nine of Pentacles, stand still for a moment. You might have a lot to address and a lot to clean up. So clean house, emotionally speaking, I would say. This is a lot of self. It's a lot of self-contentment. It's having the money that you need. It's having the right people around you. It's a lot of focus on your communication. It's speaking this world, this perfect idea of what a future should look like. It's beyond speaking it into existence. This makes me think of this lunar eclipse taking place in Sagittarius. I think, Virgo, you see by this point how you are really quite content and happy, and how a lot of what you've built is showing fruit. A lot of what you've planted is showing fruit. The World card, the Devil, and the Death card at the bottom of the deck. Something's come full circle, and it may have to do with the ending of a situation with either a Capricorn or a Scorpio, Devil card here, or something that was quite a karmic bond. It was full of a lot of negative energy. You know, the focus was very heavily on codependency and behaviors that weren't necessarily healthy or good or nourishing. Okay, I think with the Death card and the Three of Wands, I think you finally release yourself from something that was really quite bad for you, and you're now in this position where you watch your ships rolling in. Finally, if you were looking for a sign as to when it would end, Virgo, I think June is your month, and I think that's why I wanted to get these videos out early enough. I still owe you guys 2 more videos, but we'll get to that in a minute. You were trapped in a really unhealthy situation. You were trapped in a situation that may have made you feel blocked. It may have made you feel like you were stagnating. Nothing was going how it should have been going. Death card World card, you know, the world really is in your oyster now. And a new day is dawning, and like the phoenix, you're going to have to overcome a lot of what was quite binding to you. 8 of Swords, Page of Wands. You're going to have to take the shift off of the wrong. And you're really going to have to, with Neptune going retrograde, accept that this month might feel a bit like you're not growing like you should be, or that you're needing for more stability or structure than you already have. I feel as if any structures that have been built may be built on concepts that might have suffocated you or bound you into a corner, meaning they perhaps took your power from you. And if I'm to look at this energy, Page of Wands, Ace of Wands, Sagittarius, lunar eclipse, this wand makes me think of alchemy and your alchemical skills, and how you're really going to flip a situation of construct, limitedness, confinement, paranoia, deceit, envy, trial, and how you really, through intent, focus on your desires, flip the script, and how you now create this new manifestation. This is Gemini season, okay? There is no point in me even pretending that this is going to be easy work, right? Gemini, Hermes, Mercury, we are Mercurials. Gemini, I think the 2 twins represent the adolescent and the hermit. So, it is in your very nature to question everything. And I think with Mars going into Aries, you would do yourself a lot of favors, and if we're to speak of alchemy, to get that fire going in your belly again. And I was saying it for the past few videos, but you know, the bottom 3 chakras, including our root chakra, this work is absolutely imperative. The root chakra, how I like to imagine or get the root chakra going and actually really functioning properly, is to imagine it as a landscape that I see as a reflection of myself. Like, so for example, if I was a landscape, what would I look like? And it's funny that the 9 of Pentacles is here, is that is exactly what I would see myself as. You know, a luscious evergreen, grapes, and oh my god, we were talking about the alchemical process, right? 7 of Cups and the Magician card. Virgo, Virgo, Virgo. If ever there was a chance for you to get back in your magic, Justice, the Sword, the Sun, the 6 of Swords, the 3 of Cups, the 4 of Cups, the 9 of Cups, 5 of Cups, the Tower card, and oh, I always get carried away with these here. Alright, I'll stop at the Hermit. 7 of Pentacles, 10 of Swords, 5 of Wands, and the Hermit card. Alright, let me line these up. Bear with me a second. Guys, don't cross-watch my videos. I don't think that I do those kind of readings. I feel as if when anyone watches my videos, you're here for a purpose. Even if you're cross-watching for somebody else, if you're here to watch this video, this message is for you, okay? Just wanted to drop that in there. Alright, let's get to the heart of this. Okay. I think Virgo 9 and 9, it's pretty apparent to say that with the North Node in Gemini, a dream a personal accomplishment, the projection that you perhaps saw of yourself in this program, you have a real possibility of bringing to life. Like I said, you need to bring your attention back to yourself at the expense of the attention that you might be floundering in other directions. I think if you choose to bring your attention back to yourself, you gain the opportunity of really attaining a lot. And I want to ask you, just with this reading, and it might sound a bit bitty, and I'm sorry, but I feel like I'm writing something here. Tower card, 10 of Swords, 5 of Wands, 5 of Cups. Do I go through the entire message? This is very much the decomposition of a situationship, right? It could be your mental beliefs, it could be a relationship, it could be your relationship with a group of people, is what I'm seeing here. The Tower card, the inevitable breakdown of what you once knew that was not working, was at your detriment, would have been really uncomfortable for you, that has led to the utmost betrayal, right? Being stabbed in the back, completely drained. Ascension. Someone getting one over on you. 5 of Wands. Gets you the freedom, 5 of Cups, to move on with something because you've got more than enough. More than enough to move on with, right? Okay, so are you assessing yourself accurately in this situation, Virgo? Are you kind of looking at yourself in a bit of a self-defeatist kind of way? The reason why I say this is that a lot of the times when people try to bring you to a demise, it can work if you're around it long enough. Luckily, the Tower comes down. It gives you a break, Death card, from a situation that you might have been gridlocked in. Karma needed to get cleared out. Make sure, Virgo, make sure you are operating from the utmost integrity, because this is a hermit who gives 0 fucks for societal norms. He does not care about anything. Money. You know, he does not care for attaining social titles. He does not care for any of that kind of stuff, that worldly stuff. He is above and way beyond that. In Gemini season, you might find yourself surrounded by a lot of superficiality, which is why I say to you, really channel into yourself at the moment, your hunger, your ambition, your drive, your romance of yourself, your self-expression, right? Who you really are needs to shine through as this, the grounded hermit who's way above a lot of the petty shit. He's way above a lot of what Mercury retrograde in Cancer, which can have a lot to do with irrelevant things, bitty things like, stay above all of it. The work that you do in this time is going to be so incredibly creative. My real advice to you is to come out of a feeling of I don't have enough, comparing yourself to your past, maybe trying to stick to conventional social norms, trying to fit in where you necessarily don't. I would say drop all of that. We're entering a new phase. This is a new time. All of these retrogrades come out around the time of your birthday. This Mercury retrograde wants to bring in some justice into your life and balance the scales where you may have felt as if balance on justice was missing from you. You get a really good opportunity to see how that cycle of unfairness comes to an end once you willingly decide to see your life as the ships rolling in Page of Wands, full of excitement, full of adventure, full of curiosity, full of conviction. Revival in your energy, but an alchemical process that must be set off by yourself. Remember that, Virgo. I want an answer for when Venus goes direct again in the sign of Gemini later on in the month. What does this mean for Virgo's relationships? Stop it. The Empress. Listen, Virgo, Venus going into retrograde this month is really going to highlight a few things that may have been taxing on you or draining you or taking more from you than they should have, right? This could be frenemies. These could be evils from a distance. These could be people that think they can do you harm. They can't do you any harm. Trust me, whatever they're doing, their actions, their karma, Ten of Swords, liberates you. It really does, at their expense, from something that you should have walked away from a really long time ago. Energy that needs complete resolve, right? This energy needs to come to a head so you can finish it off once and for all. And believe me, Virgo, you have got all the strength in the world to do it, because I think once you're ready to see yourself in your power and understand that there is a mighty lot of power here, you've even decided to show up in your own reading. Liberate yourself from any binds, anything that may have been holding you in, Virgo. Any paranoia, any residue from previous relationships, the death of something that was very toxic, perhaps with a narcissist, is really going to come to a head now. Do not get confused by things, memories, sweet memories of the past, or relationships that are supposed to hold certain merits, or being cajoled into believing something's okay when it quite clearly wasn't okay. Do not back down. Stand your ground, Virgo. Stand your ground. The time really is now not for confusion and self-doubt. Neptune retrograde, that is the shadow work. This is your shadow work. Okay, Virgo, for the month of June, your shadow work, which is the work that you need to do on yourself, is trying to end conflict around you. Trying to put a stop to any voluntary conflict that might be taking place around you that is detrimental to your energy levels and your well-being. Ten of Swords, sorry, that was the Five of Wands, Ten of Swords. You are being depleted and drained from previous hurts and heartaches. That needs to be healed, okay? You need to be able to make amends from things that have taken place in your past that may have drained you, altered you, hurt you in any way, caused you a grievance. You have to begin to find the balance in the attention that you're giving to other people or these things, and see how it may be at an expense of your own, right? It's to your own detriment, basically. The Tower card, things need to change, and it's like having a pain somewhere. It's like having a toothache or something. If you're having a toothache and it's just hurting and hurting and hurting and hurting, unless you don't willing to change up the frequency of the experience, you're always going to be stuck with that toothache. I don't know why I use that analogy, but the Tower card, something, I don't know, it kind of looks like a tooth to me. The Tower card, something is changing. Structures are coming down, things are folding. This is perfect because it means once shit comes down, you are with land to create exactly what you want. Work on being okay with things changing around you, basically. And be prepared, I think, a bit like the cat that always lands on her feet, to make adjustments as and when you need to, right? So make an amends with things having to change. I know Virgos love their comfort zone. It can be quite tricky for them at times. Five of Cups. What is spilt has spilt. I've already told you this. You will not be happy with the mediocre. 3 of those cups went because what they were filled with was not going to satiate you anyway. Deep down inside, you will be upset for the time being. In the long run, you'll be hella grateful for it. being stuck in this Eight of Swords, very tightly wound and bound to some imaginary, codependent, really toxic nonsense situation, which quite frankly could be with a Scorpio, could be with a Capricorn. It's done. Okay? That was your shadow work for June. Shall we move on? Learning to be okay with releasing what the history of a certain situation was, and not seeing as the period of having to create this manifestation, no, the period of waiting for the manifestation to take place. Don't sit there and think nothing's going to happen or nothing is happening. It's all happening, right? The sun comes in, you get a chance to do what you do best. The energy comes back, Virgo. Just make sure that you are ready to move. Take the cue to move away from whatever this thing is. If you've already moved away from it, begin to count your blessings. Every day, create a mental list of all of the things that you're grateful for. These are all of the things that are in your ship. Those grateful things will keep your ship afloat. New cycles are starting where old cycles have closed. That justice, that balance, that karmic retribution that you are waiting for is finally yours, Virgo. Get your head down and get to working on your light. The Hermit does not care for societal norms. The Hermit does not care for, you know, rubbish things. This is the thing. Oh my god, can I just, hold on. Okay. Okay. I need to take that. It's a sign. The Empress is creating a better tomorrow. June is that stepping stone. You are creating that better tomorrow for yourself, Virgo. And if you are to use this Mercury retrograde in Cancer to maybe tie up this emotional trickster energy that has been taking place since the first of these Mercury retrogrades in water signs. So back in the end of 2018, Libra season, Scorpio season. You're wrapping something up, Virgo. Might have something to do with a Libra. Might be a new start with a Libra. Might be a call to karmic balance. You get your karmic retribution, Virgo. June is a month of victory. It really is truly such a rewarding month for you. Financially, the money is there. The financial independence is there. Emotionally, you begin to see yourself a lot more content and actually begin to feel a lot more comfortable in your independence. The Ten of Cups and the Empress, the possible opportunity for pregnancy, that's for a few of you. Either way, you're really staring in the face of a positive reading. Stay in your light. Stay in your magic. And just stay excited. Really stay so excited. Okay, Virgo. Thank you so much for joining. If you'd like to make a donation to the channel, the details are in the description box. I love you guys. I'm Ruby, and to book a reading, visit rubyreadstarot.com. I shall catch you again soon.